Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon
Elon Musk,
Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, and Elon Musk, Elon Musk, and Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, or Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, and Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, or Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk,
we cannot allow Elon Musk and a small group of people to secretly behind closed doors.
Good morning, my little pineapples. Looking very good and very nice. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. I'm your host, Austin Peterson. We're glad and thankful to have you here. Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk. The Democrats are not feeling good. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are applying Silicon Valley's move fast and break things ethos to the U.S. government. There is a fire hose of developments as the men are working quickly to reimagine elements of the federal government, purge officials that they don't like or trust, literally open floodgates in California, and exert new power before constitutional checks and balances or public opinion catch up with them. My public opinion just continues to increase every day. Good morning, pineapples. It's nice to see T-Mill22, you lovely lady. Hello, Cecilia. Nice to see you as well. Allie Ann, welcome to the show. Haven't seen you here before. Nelson65, still alive. What's up, Sarah for Liberty? Nice to see you, Sarah Palacios. Gracias. Jose MMA, good to see you, brother. Bruce Burtwhistle is here with Grizz Cheese, as well as Joni Rankin, Caleb Vanderfeld's Kermode Bear. Did I say Joni Rankin? I did, right? Entropy Nomad has already gifted some subs. What's up, guys? Thank you so much. Can you bless me with something?
Can you bless me with something?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh.
Money-wise.
Can you? No. What's up? Grizz Cheese says, wow, I just realized the left is so focused on Elon. They aren't screaming about Trump, or am I just not paying close enough attention? No, everybody's screaming about Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Now that it was announced that the United States is just going to take over the Gaza Strip. Hit all the buttons. Hey, it wasn't my idea, but we're going to talk about that this morning. We've got two incredible guests. I've decided that instead of just having somebody doing one side or another, or just doing one side of an issue, that I'm going to have two guests today on the Wake Up America show, and they're going to take both sides of the issue. They're not on at the same time. I've got Judge Napolitano at 8 a.m. Central Time, and he is going to, I'm sure, predict the end of the world because the United States takes over Gaza. And then at 8:30 a.m. This morning, so an hour and a half, we're going to talk to Will Chamberlain, who thinks that taking over the Gaza Strip is a beautiful idea. So you're going to get both sides today. Whoa. Who wants to invest in the Gaza Strip? I don't know. Maybe a good investment, maybe not. You know, the problem is that you can't discount what Trump says or does. You can disagree with what he says. You can have a reaction right away and say, no, this isn't good. This isn't what I voted for. But typically what happens is that Trump will make an announcement like this, and then 24 hours later, he will do the exact opposite, or it will just be a ploy or a play to try and get concessions for whatever it is that he actually wants. He may not actually want the United States to take over the Gaza Strip. He may want Israel to take over the Gaza Strip, which probably would be a superior solution. I see a lot of people, especially MAGA people, who voted for Donald Trump because they wanted more peaceful solutions to the Middle East, now asking themselves, why did I vote for Donald Trump if I'm going to get Bill Kristol? A legitimate question, because the idea that the United States themselves would take over the Gaza Strip was honestly it was not something that I saw coming at all, right? And as wild and crazy as Donald Trump's ideas have been over the last few weeks, this is one thing that I absolutely did not see coming. Love to hear your thoughts about it. You can send us a text. What's up, John Rail? And I giving a shits. What's up, guys? I'm so glad to have all of our regular friends here. Welcome, welcome. Click the like button on the stream if you have not already. If today's your first time watching the Wake Up America show, I see some new names dropping comments. Then please do click the follow button as well. I am following your comments here, as you can see on my phone, watching you guys down there. But if you would like to send us a text message that I will read into the show, or just share with me some information, or sometimes people will say, hey, Austin, can I get a copy of the clip that you played this morning? And I'll just respond back with the URL of that. I can't always do it during the show, of course, but if you want to send me a text message to communicate with me or Steffi, you can do so at 573. My desk is a little messy today. 573-319-1586. That's 573-319-1586. Good morning, pineapples.
Good morning, pineapple. Looking very good, very nice.
Good morning, pineapple. Whitey White 14 says we better not be getting the Palestinians. That's not what I'm hearing. The latest news this morning is that Trump is negotiating with Jordan and with Egypt to take in the Palestinians, which, Jordan is a majority Palestinian state, so it would make the most amount of sense to have them there. But the last I checked, Jordan doesn't want them, and neither does Egypt. So if Trump's art of the deal can make the Palestinians, what is it? It's like 3 million Palestinians who live there in the Gaza Strip. If Trump's art of the deal can get 3 million Palestinians into Egypt and Jordan and then do what he says he's going to do, which I've got a billion clips that I will play to show you what he says he's going to do. We'll talk about that this morning on the show. We'll get your reactions. And again, I'd love to hear them. So if you have a strong opinion about something or a question about things that you're seeing on the show, or perhaps you have a guest suggestion, or hey, Austin, I ordered a box of Founding Flavors coffee or 4 Liberty and it hasn't come yet. Where's my tracking on that one? Then you can send us a text to that same number. That's the shop number as well. 573-319-1586. That's 573-319-1586 is the text line, and you can text me there anytime, night or day. Again, one more time, 573-319-1586 is the text lines, and I will be keeping that open this morning. If you have questions or you have comments, please let me know. I went to Springfield, Missouri last night. It was like an 8-hour trip, basically, 2.5 there, 2.5 back, and then 2 hours at the bar and an hour here or there left over getting lost on the way back home. But I did stop at a Buc-ee's last night for the first time. I've never been to a Buc-ee's. There isn't one here in mid-Missouri. I went to the one in Springfield, Missouri. I did not realize that it was basically the size of the Gaza Strip. It's huge, man. Those things are enormous. Yeah, so on the way home last night from Springfield, I see the beaver, and I'm like, all right, so everybody keeps talking. I see all the memes about Buc-ee's, and I say to myself, okay, well, let's just find out what this thing is all about. And I got to admit, I was pretty impressed. They had some pretty incredible merch. Some of it not as good as what we have at forlibertyshop.com, but a lot of it was pretty great. And I got myself some hot salted nuts. No, I got the sweet ones. You don't get the salted nuts. That's for later, baby. Okay, guys. All right. Shut up. First time I went to Buc-ee's, and have to say, loved the selection. Looked really great. Would have loved to have been there some other time other than like 11 p.m. at night or whatever I got there. But appreciated the selection. Thought the merch was cool. Brought back my wife and daughter beautiful souvenirs from there. They seem to enjoy those. But yeah, maybe we could just, there's so much space in these Buc-ee's. Let's ask, Buc-ee's is like the 4th largest nation in the world. Why don't we just take the Palestinians and move them into Buc-ee's? What do you guys say? Plenty of room. They could work there. See, I'm getting some incredible feedback over at the text line. See, I asked for feedback and I get it. Someone texted me. Bruce Burtwhistle says, your room causes a slight echo while you're talking. Maybe put up some sound absorbing material on the walls to stop it. Great idea, Bruce. I will order some today. It's on my to-do list. Been slowly rebuilding and making all the upgrades to the studio. The GoPro camera that you're looking at me on right now it's not stapled, but it's screwed to the wall. Whereas before it was like on this really crappy little tripod that would fall over and stuff. So I'm slowly making upgrades to the home studio. And Bruce Burtwhistle just told me today, I will put a bunch of sound absorbent material all over the walls over here because Steffi said it's okay. So thank you. Good morning, pineapples. Looking very good and very nice. So we've got 2 guests today to react to the Gaza Strip news. We have one who is in favor, Will Chamberlain, who will be here at 8:30. And we have one who is opposed, Judge Napolitano, who will be here at 8. Until then, we've got a million billion clips. Elon
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Okay. So Elon Musk has been appointed as a special government employee who can serve up to 130 days in a 365-day period. Yeah, it's kind of it's a classification I wasn't aware of.
We cannot allow Elon Musk. They're going to put a small group of people. They're going to run secretly. They're going to make sure.
Elon Musk. Musk has been appointed as a special government employee, so he can serve up to 130 days in a 365-day period. So he is moving fast and trying to break things. He's neither a volunteer nor a full-time employee, but he does have a top-secret security clearance. So Musk also has access to the closely guarded payment system by which the U.S. government makes their payments. Trump was asked why it was so important for Musk to have access to such a sensitive power, and the reason appears to be for firing people. Yeah. Is the home studio permanent, AP? I might have missed something. Well, for the at least for the foreseeable future, John, it's I lost hours and hours of productivity driving into the studio and then setting it up and then breaking it down every single day. Just all that precious time that I could use to get a little extra sleep in the morning and also be able to just immediately start working on all of my other projects as soon as the show is over, rather than having to break down all the studio equipment and then put it all away and then drive all the way home. Because that adds up, all of those hours and hours and hours of setup and breakdown, which isn't necessary here at home because I have installed the cameras on the walls. Yes. Donald Trump says, well, Elon Musk has got access only to letting people go that he thinks are no good. If we agree with him, and it's only if we agree with him, Trump said, suggesting that there is some oversight of Musk's actions. Federal workers continue to get emails from a new email address at the Office of Management and Budget, encouraging them to resign and take a paycheck until September without having to work. Now, you would think that, maybe they're going to do this at, I don't know, the Department of Agriculture or something like that. And certainly there have been some interesting agencies that have seen some people who have taken these deals. I did see yesterday that something like 1,000 employees at the EPA actually got fired. Oh my God, it's beautiful. But no, it's not just at the EPA. Listen to this.
Fox News alert, the Wall Street Journal is reporting the CIA has reportedly just offered a buyout to its entire workforce.
Oh my God.
Everyone in the agencies telling employees late today they can quit their jobs and receive about 8 months of pay and benefits. It's a part of Trump's push to downsize the federal government.
Oh my God, dude, the CIA. The CIA, every single employee at the CIA has been offered just, oh my God, it's happening. Don't panic. Don't panic.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm, stay calm. The CIA became the first major national security agency to offer so-called buyouts to its entire workforce. The offer, which tells federal employees that they can quit their jobs and receive 8 months of pay and benefits, had up until Tuesday not been made available. CIA Director John Ratcliffe personally decided he also wanted the CIA to be involved in the cuts. So the director actually came in and said, hey, anybody who wants out, get out. Yes, isn't it beautiful? Almost as beautiful as the name, almost as beautiful as the username, Burnt Toast Space Girlfriend. Good morning, my lady. Cecilia says, can the IRS be next? Well, guess what? That Elon Musk guy that the Democrats are freaking out about, guess what? He announced yesterday that DOGE's next project might be to audit the IRS. Oh my God. This is why this clip exists.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, and Elon Musk, Elon Musk, and
They're
Elon.
freaking out, man. They're freaking out. It's a beautiful morning. The spokesperson for the CIA said that this move to buy out or to let go every single CIA person who works at the CIA is to ensure the CIA workforce is responsive to the administration's national security priorities, adding that this is part of a holistic strategy to infuse the agency with renewed energy. Like somebody said in the chat, we need David Spade out here to say, bye-bye, bye-bye. What about the Office Space quote? What is it that you would say you do here? I overthrow governments around the world and make the world more dangerous, and I give American weapons to terrorists. I'm a people person. I'm a people person. Get out.
Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, 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 Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk. Now, over the weekend, it was noted that National Transportation Safety Board officials nearing retirement were told they were not eligible for the buyout after the deadly collision between an American Airlines jet and an Army helicopter last week. Get this. So there's accountability for those who were responsible in part for the crash last week. The disaster apparently left top brass at the agency scrambling behind the scenes to find a way to exempt employees from the Trump administration's offer. Friday, the head of the NTSB sent a message to any employee who agreed to administration's initial message to rescind their deferred resignation letter immediately with the Office of Personnel Management. So in other words, anybody who worked at the National Transportation Safety Board who took the offer, the agency is desperate to try and keep them there. So the federal employees are trying to hold the line. Meanwhile, thousands of them are being fired. Thousands of others are taking the buyout offers in many of the agencies. Others are not sure that they're going to be staying for longer than like another month. They don't know if they're going to be there. They're not going to be there. The USAID program the USAID has been shuttered and moved into the Department of State so that Marco Rubio will personally oversee it. But Marco Rubio has personally appointed Elon Musk, given him national security clearance to handle all of it, to root out their waste, fraud, corruption, abuse, along with 4 or 5 20 to 25-year-old Zoomers who read Latin and decode ancient scrolls using AI. It's amazing.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Or Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk, will he be able to help solve the crisis in the Middle East? I don't know about that one, but I wouldn't necessarily count Trump out.
The only reason the Palestinians want to go back to Gaza is they have no alternative.
Elon Musk.
It's right now a demolition site. This is just a demolition site. Virtually every building is down. They're living under fallen concrete that's very dangerous and very precarious. They instead can occupy all of a beautiful area with homes and safety, and they can live out their lives in peace and harmony instead of having to go back and do it again. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it.
Burnt Toast Space Girlfriend says, "Stop, AP. My she-boner can only get so hard."
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Thank you very much, Burnt Toast Space Girlfriend. We appreciate you.
And be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site. Level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
So here's the thing. Donald Trump, intimately familiar with turning terrible, smoke-filled, concrete, destroyed lots into beautiful skyscrapers and luxury apartment buildings. So while my initial libertarian response is non-intervention, it's none of our business, don't go over there, we don't want Americans killed. On the other hand, Donald Trump might be the only person who could actually pull this off.
In terms of jobs and living and all of the other benefits. And I think it's very important. It just doesn't work the other way. You know, you can't keep...
Thank you, Steelbringer, by the way, in the chat for that generous donation. Burnt Toast Space Girlfriend as well. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting the show. We're very grateful.
Trying. They just has been going along for so many decades you can't even count. You just can't keep doing. You have to learn from history. You can't keep doing the same mistake over and over again. Gaza is a hellhole.
He's right.
Right now. It was before the bombing started, frankly. And we're going to give people a chance to live in a beautiful community that's safe and secure. And I think you're going to see a tremendous outflowing of support. I can tell you, I spoke to other leaders of countries in the Middle East, and they love the idea. They say it would really bring stability, and what we need is stability.
Interesting. I mean, totally unprecedented.
I do see a long-term ownership position, and I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East. And everybody I've spoken to, this was not a decision made lightly. Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and creating thousands of jobs with something that will be magnificent in a really magnificent area that nobody would know. Nobody can look because all they see is death and destruction and rubble and demolished buildings falling all over. It's just a terrible sight. I've studied it. I've studied this very closely over a lot of months, and I've seen it from every different angle. And it's a very, very dangerous place to be. And it's only going to get worse. And I think this is an idea that's gotten tremendous and I'm talking about from the highest level of leadership, gotten tremendous praise. And if the United States can help to bring stability and peace in the Middle East, we'll do that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to count him out. He has proved us wrong. People who have doubted him, he proves us wrong over and over and over again. In better news for those who are more on the non-intervention side of things.
In light of numerous actions taken by a number of bodies of the United Nations, which exhibited deep anti-American bias, we have an executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA, which is a refugee organization, and would also review American involvement in UNESCO, which has also exhibited anti-American bias. More generally, the executive order calls for a review of American involvement and funding in the UN in light of the wild disparities in levels of funding among different countries that, as you've expressed previously, is deeply unfair to the United States.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't. Hasn't for a long time. It has. There are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest. And they're not doing the job. A lot of these conflicts that we're working on should be settled, or at least we should have some help in settling them. We never seem to get help. That should be the primary purpose of the UN, the United Nations. And again, it's got great potential, and based on the potential, we'll continue to go along with it, but we got to get their act together.
Can I ask a stupid question here? Maybe I need to ask AI. Is smoking allowed in the White House if you are the president? ? I know it sounds stupid question, but I mean, I'll get back on track here just a moment. Because it looks like a thing of cigars sitting on his desk. The policy of smoking in the White House has evolved over time. Historically, many U.S. presidents have smoked, like FDR and Lyndon Johnson, known for their cigarette habits. In 1993, during the Clinton administration, smoking was banned in the White House by First Lady Hillary Clinton. Excuse me? Excuse me, Hillary? President Bill Clinton also issued an executive order in 1997 banning smoking in all federal buildings, which would include the White House. However, this order allowed for exceptions in designated areas or outdoor spaces. So there might be exceptions made for certain areas or under specific circumstances. Since then, the ban has largely been upheld. I know they're pens, not cigars, Southcott. I know they're pens, but it looks like the cigar. I always think about Bill Clinton and his lovely cigars. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, pineapples. While there's no explicit public statement on the current policy under President Donald Trump, the trend has been toward maintaining a smoke-free environment inside federal buildings. It's reasonable. I know Trump doesn't smoke, but I just wondered if another president was a smoker, because Obama was, right? He was a cigarette smoker. Every once in a while, he'd get caught with a butt. Even if not strictly enforced, there would be significant social and political pressure. Shut up, Grok. I don't need to hear. Okay, so I guess no smoking in the White House thanks to Hillary Clinton. We all know why Hillary banned smoking, cigars and all that. Yes, exactly, Clementine. You called it, buddy. Good morning, Doug. I'm glad to see everybody's here. I am so glad to see everybody here. So, pulling out of the UNRWA and the UN Human Rights Council, promotion of self-reliance over dependency, lots of good reasons why that was a good move by Donald Trump. UNRWA perpetuates dependency among Palestinian refugees rather than self-reliance. Similarly, the UN Human Rights Council sometimes supports policies that might increase dependency on international support rather than promoting self-governance or even individual rights. Sovereignty and national interests, another good reason for Trump to do what he did, which is to pull out of the UNRWA and the UN Human Rights Council. The council's been criticized for their perceived bias against us and against Israel's sovereignty, and it's a good move for us to pull out. Nice to hear. Thank you, President Trump. That's definitely a victory. How do you feel about this, though?
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Good morning. Good morning, my pineapples. Looking very good and very nice. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please do click that like button. And if today is your first time watching the Wake Up America show, make sure you come back and join us every Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. And if you click that follow button, then you guys will be able to get a notification when we go live, which is, again, every Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time here on the Wake Up America show. We've got Judge Napolitano. We're going to do a pro and con on the Gaza Strip takeover. Judge Napolitano will join us at 8 a.m. Central Time, and he's going to talk to us. So about 30 minutes from now, we'll hear from Judge Napolitano with his thoughts about the Gaza Strip takeover, and I'm sure it will be very, very anti. And then Will Chamberlain will join us at 8:30 this morning saying we're just not thinking big enough when it comes to the Gaza Strip takeover. He's very pro take over the Gaza Strip. So you guys get to hear both sides, and we have to say goodbye to Nelson65. He's off to work. Nelson, we'll miss you, brother. We are processing your Leo the Beast pillow this morning. Thanks so much for supporting our show, Culturama, last night. I hope you guys enjoyed watching Daniela Pensack. We'll be back. I'm going to take a quick little break, guys. When we get back, I've got Democrats screaming and crying, "I'm melting! Oh, what a world! What a world!" A protest yesterday where they said, well, maybe something more than, but a lot of
Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk and Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Are you tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself, Daniela Pensack. She's not just talking, she's taking culture back. With sharp takes, brilliant guests, and a few surprises along the way. Tune in to the live video podcast twice a week, because the future doesn't have to be weird. It can be Culturama.
If there wasn't going to be somebody who was a fiery champion of liberty, somebody who would get out there and who would be aggressive, and if they wouldn't do it with more fire or passion than I had, then I would go and I would fight this battle for us. I've fought for the principles that we all share. Parties tend to be secondary to me. We're here because we believe in the principles of liberty. I am not a perfect messenger, but I think I'm a damn good one. This is a replica of our first president's flintlock pistol. You have my full support, my respect, and my gun.
I think that the heart of my philosophy is much more libertarianism than well, that's the fashionable word these days, I guess. A conservative is no longer just that. He's a libertarian and always has been.
Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goals. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control and regulation.
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
Conservative, so-called, is the one that says less government, get off my back, get out of my pocket, and let me have more control of my own destiny.
Do you hate the deep state? Do you reject the Antichrist in all his ways?
Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke, and I am that person! Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke, and I am that person! Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke, and I am that person!
Good morning. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. I'm Austin Peterson. We're glad and thankful to have you here. Hey, do we have any scrappy little dykes over in the chat? We need one for our movement. Every movement needs one. Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke. That's why we invited you. Scrappy dykes. Scrappy dykes. Oh my God, never has there ever been a better time to be the host of a political news talk show, live streaming on Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. I'm Austin Peterson. Rise in freedom. It's the Wake Up America show. Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke. Ask yourself this. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Then why haven't you clicked the like button yet? Or why haven't you followed in Steelbringer's footsteps, or Burnt Toast Space Girlfriend, or Entropy Nomad, and blessed me with something?
You blessed me with something.
Oh, God.
Make a Rumble Rant donation, guys, or become a monthly sub. Help support the Wake Up America show and the 4 Liberty Network so you can have more fun like this all day long. The Wake Up America show is one of 3 live shows that's part of the 4 Liberty Network, and we are just having an absolute blast, spreading the ideas of economic freedom and personal liberty. But we can't succeed without you, because every movement needs a scrappy little dyke, don't we? Yes, we do. That's why we invited you.
Agitating. We will see you in the courts, in Congress, in the streets. Elon Musk is a Nazi Nepo baby.
A Nazi Nepo baby. That's a new one.
A godless, lawless billionaire.
A godless, lawless billionaire. Wow, I didn't realize it. Is Elon Musk not religious? I would think that he would be kind of, maybe he's not. Yeah.
Who no one elected, Elon. This is the American people. This is not your trashy Cybertruck that you can just dismantle, pick apart, and sell the pieces of.
Okay, well, there's a scrappy little dyke for you. What do you say? You needed a scrappy dyke? You got a scrappy dyke. Check in on how Donald Trump's cabinet nominations are going.
They seem to be pretty gosh darn bullish. Their numbers, their chances have been rising. Tulsi Gabbard, specifically to be the National Intel Director, she's up to, get this, a 92% chance.
Okay, who called Ayanna Pressley, said she looked like a giant milk dud? Oh my God. A malted milk ball?
A week ago, she was closer to 52%, but as some Republican senators have come out, like Susan Collins, in support of her chances have gone through the roof. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be the HHS secretary, he's up to 82%. Again, that is also higher than it was a week ago. At this particular point, the two most controversial picks remaining for Donald Trump seem to see their prospects going through the roof at this hour.
What about the field, as it were?
What about the field? So the remaining picks, chance of Trump's picks being confirmed, the average besides Gabbard and RFK, you can't really get much higher than 99%. So look, there's a chance, I guess, a 1 in a million basically, or a 1 in 100 in this particular case, that one of the remaining picks do not get confirmed. But the bottom line at this hour is RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard look likely to be confirmed, and the rest of the field looks really, really, really likely to be confirmed.
So in the end, although we're not there yet, but imagine for a second we were at the end here, looking back on all of Donald
Every little
Trump's
Dutch boy needs a scrappy little dyke. Oh, you, Clementine.
nominations, some of which were very controversial. How did he do in terms of getting them through?
Yeah, Matt Gaetz obviously decided to step aside, and that's the one so far, the one cabinet pick who was withdrawn or rejected. I looked at all first or, of course, the second non-consecutive term in the case of Trump, and compared that to the average presidential first term since 1993, where there were 3 picks that were either withdrawn or rejected. Donald Trump, simply put, is winning on this metric. Only 1 pick so far has been withdrawn or rejected, and that looks like it's going to hold through the rest of this. We'll have to wait and see, but the bottom line is Trump's picks have been doing better than the average in terms of getting through the United States Senate. Simply put in a word, he's winning.
Getting the people he wants more so than the historic norm. Harriet.
I see everybody asking the question, what would happen to the Palestinians if the United States takes over the Gaza Strip? Sorry, these aren't all in perfect order, guys. I'm jumping around topics, but I had like a 7-hour trip that I had to take last night, and so I wasn't able to coordinate the show as perfectly as I normally would. So back to the Gaza Strip.
Peter? Would Palestinians have the right to return to Gaza if they left while the rebuilding was happening?
It would be my hope that we could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return. Why would they want to return? The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest, toughest places
home, sir. Shut up. You go to center to Gaza.
On earth. And right now, it's
they're so weak. Right? Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke. And if that's the scrappiest dyke that they have, then we are going to win, baby. We're going to win. Every movement.
Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke, and I am that person.
Okay, why didn't you say it twice?
It's toughest places on earth. And right now, it's I've seen every picture from every angle, better than if I were there. And nobody can live there. You can't live there. So if we can build them through massive amounts of money supplied by other people, very rich nations, and they're willing to supply it. If we can build something for them in one of the countries, and it could be Jordan, and it could be Egypt.
The look on Bibi Netanyahu's face is like, holy shit, he's going to do it.
It could be other countries, and you could build 4 or 5 or 6 areas. It doesn't have to be one area. But you take certain areas and you build really good quality housing, like a beautiful town, like someplace where they can live and not die. Because Gaza is a guarantee that they're going to end up dying. The same thing's going to happen again. It's happened over and over again, and it's going to happen again as sure as you're standing there, Peter. So I hope that we could do something where they wouldn't want to go back. Who would want to go back? They've experienced nothing but death and destruction. And who would want to? Peter?
But let me tell you.
Speaking of angry dykes.
But let me tell y'all something. I know some of y'all have been frustrated, and you've been saying, "Where are the Democrats? Where are our leaders?" Well, I'm here to tell you that we ain't never left y'all. All right? We are here. We are also going to make sure that they uphold the law. We are not going to sit around while you go ahead and desecrate our Constitution, or you look at the laws that have been passed into law and say, never mind, we'll just ignore that. Instead, we are going to be in your face. We are going to be Mr. Trump, you gonna learn a few lessons from us. And I'm gonna be the first one. You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out, all right?
Your little friend.
But let me tell y'all.
Your little friend off of Twitter.
Elon Musk, or
Elon Musk,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Excuse me, flight attendant. I speak jive. Yes.
We cannot allow Elon Musk. They're going to put a small group of people. They're going to run secretly behind closed doors.
Yes! Good morning. Shit. It's the Wake Up America show. I'm your host, Austin Peterson. We're glad and thankful to have you here. Brandon Meyer, Amy J. Ease, Entropy Nomad, Sarah for Liberty, Eric Wilson Live, Steelbringer, Whitey White, Entropy Nomad. Democracy is only what Democrats want it to be. Correct. Yes, absolutely. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are applying Silicon Valley's move fast and break things ethos to the U.S. government. And frankly, I'm here for it. So they've turned on a fire hose of policy changes, and they are working as quickly as they can to completely reimagine the federal government, purge officials that they don't like or they don't trust, beautiful, open up floodgates in California, literally, and exert new power before the constitutional checks and balances come in and start trying to catch up with them. Eric Wilson Live and Mongoose 87, good morning to you both as well. Luke Sacker, Mind Art. Elon Musk. We're going to speak to Judge Napolitano here in about 10 minutes. He's going to give his take on the Gaza situation. Spoiler alert, he's not going to be happy. At 8:30 this morning, we're going to hear from Will Chamberlain, who will join us live on the show to say that, you know, if you're against the Gaza Strip takeover, you're just not thinking big enough. So we've got a pro-con approach to the Gaza Strip issue today. You get to hear both sides of the issue from two prominent right-wingers, and it's going to be a fantastic program and a fantastic second hour. So you don't want to miss it, guys. Make sure that you guys are keeping an eye here on the Wake Up America show. We are tracking the news this morning that apparently there's some breaking news that DOGE agents have been spotted at the FBI. Oh my God, it can't get any better than this. It can't get any better. Oh, God.
I have Elon Musk's major office in my district. He won't even meet with the local elected officials. He said
he doesn't have to, you idiots.
He was going to tunnel under from his office all the way to the airport so he didn't have to be among the measly people on the ground to get to the airport. He is a low-down, dirty, no good person, along with Trump, that cannot be trusted, and we must not be afraid of them. Again, when the people fight, we win. When the people fight, we win. When the people say that you'd better see us because we damn sure see you.
Okay, well, you know.
Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke, and I am that person.
Well, you couldn't say dyke a second time? Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke? And I am that dyke? You couldn't say it twice? Why? Because it might be considered offensive?
Now, no one elected Elon Musk to nothing.
That's right.
Not one Democrat in America voted for Elon Musk.
No, but let me just tell you, I voted for Elon Musk. How about you? Did you vote for Elon? I voted for him. I voted for Elon Musk. Specifically.
Not one Republican in America voted for Elon Musk.
Pause. Can we get a show of hands in the chat? Raise your hand if you voted for Elon Musk in the chat. You can give me a thumbs up or just say I voted for Elon Musk or some kind of word of affirmation. If you did not vote for Elon Musk in the chat, then you can do the thumbs down. But for me personally, I'm a Republican and I voted for Elon Musk. What about you?
Not one independent in America voted for Elon Musk. Not one libertarian in America voted for Elon.
I'm a libertarian. I voted for Elon Musk. I think a lot of libertarians voted for Elon Musk, Elizabeth.
Damn, not one.
You thought wrong, bitch.
One vegetarian in America voted for Elon Musk.
Well, yes, but those are the scrappy little dykes.
And yet, Elon Musk is seizing the power that belongs to the American people. We are here to fight back.
Drop the thumbs. See the thumbs in the chat. Give me them thumbs up if you're a libertarian who voted for Elon Musk. Give me a thumbs up if you are a Republican who voted for Elon Musk. Drop a thumbs up in the chat if you are an independent who voted for Elon Musk. Give me a thumbs up if you are a white nationalist who voted for Elon Musk. Not me. Wait. That's not me. Hold on. Whitey White 14. No! He's like, you're one of us now, AP. You're one of us. You're going to do the Elon Musk. The Elon Musk. My heart goes out to you. Salute. Oh, God, Austin, be careful. They're going to get you.
We will not take this. We will fight back. Fight back. Fight back. And as I close out, because I know we've been out here for a long time, and goddamn it, shut down the city. We are at war. Anytime a person can pay $250 million into a campaign and they be given full access to the Department of Treasury of the United States of America, we are at war.
If they're going to war, they're not sending their best. They're sending...
Every movement needs a scrappy little dyke, and I am that person.
Judge Napolitano is not a big fan of intervention overseas. I'm sure he's not a big fan of the takeover of the Gaza Strip. He's going to come on and rage against the machine. Will Chamberlain at 8:30 will take the opposite tack and say, it's a great idea. Let's build some hotels in Gaza. We'll be right back. It's the Wake Up America show on the 4 Liberty Network. Don't go away. Tired of spending your hard-earned money on woke corporations that don't share your pro-freedom values? Fed up with sipping liberal lattes and progressive cappuccinos? Introducing Founding Flavors from AP for Liberty Shop. Get your day started with Washington's Revolutionary Roast. As robust and principled as the man himself, this blend is the shot of energy heard round the world. Or maybe you want to taste the fervor of freedom with Adams's Patriotic Perk. It's as dynamic and balanced as the U.S. Constitution, sure to awaken your spirit of liberty. For the aficionados, we've got the Jeffersonian Java, a complex mix of flavors that speaks volumes about your refined tastes. And don't forget Betsy's Liberty Lullaby, our decaf option, crafted with the same care and dedication Betsy Ross put into our Star-Spangled Banner. This blend lets you enjoy the taste of freedom anytime without losing sleep. No woke beans here, folks. Just pure, patriotic, pro-freedom flavors brewed with love for liberty. So why compromise your principles for a cup of coffee? Stand up for your values, perk up your patriotism, and start your day the American way. Get your founding flavors at apforlibertyshop.com.
Tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself, Daniela Pensack. She's not just talking, she's taking culture back. With sharp takes, brilliant guests, and a few surprises along the way. Tune in to the live video podcast twice a week, because the future doesn't have to be weird. It can be Culturama.
If there wasn't going to be somebody who was a fiery champion of liberty, somebody who would get out there and who would be aggressive, and if they wouldn't do it with more fire or passion than I had, then I would go and I would fight this battle for us. I've fought for the principles that we all share. Parties tend to be secondary to me. We're here because we believe in the principles of liberty. I am not a perfect messenger, but I think I'm a damn good one. This is a replica of our first president's flintlock pistol. You have my full support, my respect, and my gun.
I think that the heart of my philosophy is much more libertarianism than well, that's the fashionable word these days, I guess. A conservative is no longer just that. He's a libertarian and always has been.
Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goals. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control and regulation.
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our...
Good morning. Rise in freedom. I'm Austin Peterson. You're watching and listening to the Wake Up America show on the For Liberty Network. Wednesdays are a very special day here on the show. We like to call it Big Brain Time because one of my good friends and one of the leading lights for liberty in the world, a true North libertarian who's one of my greatest inspirations, the author of several books, many of which I would sometimes read aloud to people on the subway like a crazy person, a man who has called me the right side of his brain in public, honoring me with one of the best honors that anyone could ever receive. His name is Judge Andrew Napolitano. He's the host of the Judging Freedom podcast, which is listened to by millions of people all around the world. Joins us live here, special, on the Wake Up America show now. Good morning, Judge, and welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Austin. Thank you for the very generous and warm introduction. Fond memories of you reading my books aloud on the New York City subway system.
Well, Judge, a lot has changed since then, of course, and the Trump administration, in some ways, is continuing the legacy of the Ron Paul revolution by shuttering agencies, firing bureaucrats, and then in other ways doing unbelievable things that George W. Bush would be jealous of. I'm curious your take on Donald Trump's, I guess, brand new idea that the United States will just take over the Gaza Strip. Your reaction?
Well, the United States has no right to do that under international law, under common sense of morality, or even by military force. When I hear something like that, I assume that it's a negotiating technique, because that's the way the Donald Trump that I know thinks. He'll throw out some point far more extreme than where he expects to end up, in the hopes that he can end up somewhere shy of that. And I'm convinced that that's what this is. I mean, there'd be no feasible way to remove 2 million people from their homeland. There's no moral imperative to do that. There's no legal way it can be done. And it can't even be done by the use of force because they don't pose any threat to the United States. So it remains to be seen. I honestly think he probably gave Prime Minister Netanyahu very little of what Netanyahu wanted, but decided to give him this. If you watch the clip of Trump making this announcement, at one point the camera zooms in on Netanyahu. It is clear to me he did not know this was coming. So this is probably his way of saying, all right, Bibi, here's what I gave you. Go home and get reelected and don't bother me.
I mean, it's shocking. It's almost comedic, Judge. Like it's almost funny.
It is almost comedic because it is so absurd. The other side of this argument is he's still a real estate developer at heart. And when he said the Riviera of the Middle East, he still sees beachfront mansions with the real estate purchased at literally fire sale prices and being sold to fabulously rich Israelis, Americans, Europeans, and Russians and Chinese.
Now, Judge, I like the point that you made about this being something like the art of the deal. I think not enough people are really talking about that because, of course, the Middle East inflames so many passions from so many people who are so intimately tied to it with, of course, the world's three major faiths. But you seem to have taken a very pragmatic look at this one, which I actually was doing in regards to the tariffs the other day. While arguing vehemently against them, my guess was that this was a deal to get Canada and Mexico to come to the negotiating table. Now, tariffs are just taxes that are paid by the country that levels them. You can level them on another country all you like, but it is the citizens of the country on which that levels them that pays them, of course. But could it be that that's what it was the whole time as well? And if so, Judge, I know I'm twisting myself up in knots here, and I wonder if this sounds crazy to you, or maybe you agree with me. But is Donald Trump actually for free trade? Because if he was really for tariffs, and if he really thought the tariffs were good, why would he drop them instead of enact them?
Yeah. I don't think he's for free trade. I honestly don't think he even understands basic economics 101. I also think he got taken to the cleaners by Mexico. I mean, if there are 10,000 Mexican troops on the border, 9,999 of them are being paid by the cartels to do what the cartels want them to do. So I don't know what he thinks he's accomplishing by this. People will continue. Fentanyl will keep coming in as long as people want to use it, no matter what the government does. I mean, that's just a fact of life. I'm not suggesting that they should do nothing, although my own view is, as you know, you can ingest what you want into your own body, whether it's natural or artificially created. But I just don't think he accomplished anything by the tariff threats. Is he for free trade? I think he's for whatever pleases him at the moment. I don't think he has long-term views of things.
But it's interesting because, for a 24 to 48 hour period, I had, many of his biggest backers, trying to shame me for not seeing the long-term vision of Donald Trump's threat on tariffs. And then, there were a lot of them who were trying to make arguments counter to Thomas Sowell. It was a fascinating phenomenon, Judge, because within a 24-hour period, you had people who were arguing that Thomas Sowell should be given the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And then in that same 24-hour period, when I was posting Thomas Sowell's quotes about tariffs, they were telling me that they knew more than Thomas Sowell and Milton Friedman when it came to the economics of tariffs, which I thought was quite fascinating. But at the end,
I think a lot of your listeners are probably motivated by an ardent wish that Trump should succeed in his goals, and some of his goals are legitimate, getting rid of the forever wars and reducing inflation, except that tariffs are a significant cause of inflation. In fact, even the threat of tariffs is enough to cause price inflation. And I don't know anybody that knows more about economics than Thomas Sowell. Milton Friedman, of course, is in heaven, but your colleagues, I think, your viewers, I don't condemn them. I just say they're motivated by politics and an admiration and respect for the president more than they are for basic economics 101.
That could be the case, Judge. But it's fascinating that I have heard, and this could be what you have already articulated, that Trump wants what he wants when he wants it and could want something different at a different time. But he talks about how, we're getting screwed by other nations and that they're leveling tariffs against us. I've even heard him say things like, if other countries dropped all of their tariffs on us, then we would drop ours, right? So it seems that he's trying to negotiate to where we would get better or fairer deals from other countries who do level tariffs and trade restrictions against us. Of course, you don't want to throw rocks into just because your opponent throws rocks into their harbor doesn't mean that you should throw rocks into yours. But every time he makes these threats, he always drops them. He never sees them through, which makes me wonder if maybe I'm not being schnookered in some ways. And like I said, as if he really thought it was a good idea, he would do it. But he doesn't. He drops it. So it's just so strange. It's almost, maybe it is 5D chess, Judge. I mean, he's shocked, I'm sure, even you at times, right?
Yes, he has shocked me. The statement yesterday was utterly shocking, unless, again, about the U.S. owning the Gaza Strip, unless, again, he's talking about a negotiation. I don't know with whom he'd be negotiating other than the guy standing next to him, who's just committed genocide. And that genocide is now being funded by Donald Trump, just as it was funded by Joe Biden. I wonder if the Genocide Joe will become Genocide Donald moniker.
I don't know, Judge. It's going to be fascinating to see. I mean, he's left plans that if Iran assassinates him, that they will be completely obliterated. So, posthumously, perhaps. Judge, let's talk a little bit about what Elon Musk is doing with USAID, moving it into the State Department. I mean, a lot of these programs are getting shuttered, but the rest of it seems to be coming in underneath the executive branch's purview, which, even though we don't agree with that spending in the first place, it is the proper role for it to be underneath the Department of State, in my mind, versus being this independent, unaccountable agency. Would you agree?
Well, these independent, unaccountable agencies are alien to the Constitution. They're just not recognized by it. The concept of the unitary executive, which is that everything that is not legislative and not judicial comes under the presidency, is something we really haven't had, even going back to Woodrow Wilson. We've never had a presidency with total, absolute control of the executive branch, maybe since Abraham Lincoln. On the other hand, this stuff was enacted by Congress, many of them Republicans, and signed into law by Joe Biden. Some of this stuff was actually signed into law by Trump himself, and the only way to undo it legally is to have Congress undo it. But to have an outside group walk in one day and say, your office door is locked and your computer is shuttered, get out of here. Well, who are you? I work for Elon Musk. I don't work for the government. I don't have a security clearance. I'm as much a trespasser as you are. I mean, this is very, very, very dangerous stuff, much of which, in my view, will be stopped either permanently or at least temporarily by the judicial branch. Now, do I like what these entities do? No, of course I don't, politically. Buying out members of the CIA, I don't even think we should have a CIA. The CIA is the root of many, many, many of our problems. But this stuff has to be done lawfully. It can't be done by command, or it will be undone by judicial order.
I imagine you probably would take the same tack when it comes to the proposed or the upcoming, the threatened executive order when it comes to the Department of Education, Judge.
Well, I don't think there should be a Department of Education. And the reason I say that, it's not political, but there's no authority for it in the Constitution. But Trump himself can't shut it down. He needs Congress to do so. And quite frankly, now is the time for him to get an omnibus bill through Congress while he still has this era of good feeling and is still on his honeymoon, so to speak. If you wait a little bit longer, there are Republicans in the House who despise Mike Johnson. It only takes 2 or 3 of them, and nothing will get through. Nothing. So the time to radically reorganize the government, get rid of the Department of Education, get rid of the Department of Homeland Security, get rid of the CIA, get rid of the FBI. The time to do that is right now by legislation. What he's trying to do by executive order, nearly all of it is going to be stopped by the courts.
And do you think, too, that if they were to try to pass a bill that contained an abolishment of the Department of Education, that it would be able to withstand the filibuster, right? So they'd need 60 votes in the Senate to be able to get something like that across.
Well, they probably would. I don't know how they would buy off enough Democratic votes, but that's the job of Senator Thune, the Republican leader in the Senate.
I'm speaking to Judge Andrew Napolitano here on the Wake Up America show. Thank you very much for joining us. The judge has his own show called Judging Freedom, which you can download on any of your mobile devices. I highly recommend it. Many of you are already viewers, of course, but he also has a website where he writes his weekly column at judgenap.com. This week's column is about tariffs. Judge, did we cover everything that you covered in your upcoming column, or is there something perhaps?
Well, my column gets into the weeds a little bit about the crazy Supreme Court opinion in the FDR years that gives the president absolute primacy over foreign affairs, which allows him unilaterally to impose embargoes and tariffs and make criminal a violation of what he has imposed. Now, that, in my view, violates the Constitution because, again, only Congress can decide what is criminal. But a 1936 case called Curtis Wright. Curtis Wright is a company that sold arms to Bolivia in violation of an embargo by FDR. Curtis Wright was indicted, and the indictment was thrown out by a federal judge who said FDR can't make laws, only the Congress can. The Supreme Court reversed it and said when it comes to foreign policy, pardon me, the president is supreme. Every president, from FDR to Donald Trump, has relied on this defective reasoning in the Curtis Wright case, every single one, to impose embargoes and sanctions. By the way, all those sanctions imposed by Joe Biden are still there. Trump hasn't tampered with any of them. When he threatened last week to impose new sanctions on Russia, I laughed because Biden has sanctioned everything on Russia except what we need from Russia, which is uranium. It's only $330 million a year, which is a drop in the bucket compared to our normal commercial activity with Russia. So I don't think the president knew what he was talking about. Just as an aside and a little bit of a funny footnote, there's $1 million worth of Stolichnaya vodka sitting in a warehouse at Port Newark because it was on a ship coming from Russia to Newark when Joe Biden imposed the sanctions. Now, I don't know. If you sell that vodka, is it a crime? I don't know. What happens to the vodka? How long can it sit there? This is only a New Jersey story.
Well, the Commerce Clause, of course, meaning keep the commerce regular. They can't impose any tariffs on it if they try and move it to New York. The great Judge Andrew Napolitano joining us live here. We got a great question from one of our listeners, Judge. Whitey White 14 asks, can Trump get rid of the public sector unions by executive order because they were not put in place by an executive order?
Well, I don't know that they were put in place by an executive order, but if they were, if the questioner is correct, then the answer is yes, because any president can undo an executive order of any other president. In my conversations with President Trump, I have begged him to rescind Executive Order 12333, which is a Ronald Reagan executive order with very, very, very vague language in there that the intelligence community has interpreted as carte blanche to spy on everyone without warrants. And he said to me, can I do that? I said, yes, of course. You don't need my advice. You have 150 lawyers in the West Wing that work for you. Any one of them would tell you you can undo any executive order signed by any of your predecessors, going all the way back to George Washington if you want.
Well, I mean, it would be fantastic if we did find a way to abolish public sector unions, because I'm of the opinion that public sector unions have no right to exist because they bargain against the taxpayer who has no voice at the table. What about you?
Well, morally, I agree with you. Unfortunately, the law is to the contrary, but I fully agree with you. I mean, strikes by public sector unions should be unlawful. You may recall, well, maybe you don't recall because you're so young, but in the Reagan administration, air traffic controllers went on strike and Reagan fired all of them, and none of them got their jobs back.
Judge, I know that we're running out of time with you this morning. You got a very busy schedule, but I wanted you to give us a sneak preview of your excellent show, Judging Freedom, and anything else you'd like to share with our audience.
Oh, I just did a great interview with Professor Gilbert Doctorow, who comes from Belgium, who's my eyes and ears on the Kremlin. And later today, I have Matt Ho, Max Blumenthal, Phil Giraldi, and at 4 o'clock, Scott Ritter. So it's a busy day. Ritter's one of my tent poles, one of my superstars in terms of the number of viewers who watch. So I look forward to it and encourage people to find us on Judging Freedom on YouTube.
Judge, congratulations on all the tremendous success of your show with millions of viewers. You are still the most important voice of liberty out there fighting for the ideas of freedom. We appreciate you very much and have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Austin. These are happy Wednesday mornings for me. I hope we can continue them. All my best to you.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
And we will win. 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 We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Wake Up America Show. No, we're having a fantastic time. It's the Wake Up America Show. I'm your host, Austin Peterson. Glad and thankful to have you here. If you guys enjoyed that interview and you haven't already, please do click the like button. And if today is your first time watching the Wake Up America Show, then please do click the follow button underneath Rumble as well, the video over there, so that you can come back and join us. You'll get an alert when we go live, which is 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. It's a great way to start your day. We make lots of friends, very diverse group of people, opinion-wise. Over in the chat, people like Amy J. Ease, C. Sungaroth, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Luke Sacker, Quest Fanning, Whitey White 14, Mighty Megatron, Amy J. Ease, Mongoose, all of our friends joining us in the live stream chat. It's a blast.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. And Elon Musk. Elon Musk. And Elon Musk.
Yeah. Philosopher Eric Hoffer once wrote that nothing is so unsettling to a social order as the presence of mass scribes without suitable employment and an acknowledged status. As President Trump, Elon Musk, and the Department of Government Efficiency get on with their business of trimming waste, fraud, and abuse and graft from the federal budget, they need to keep this in mind. Less than 2 weeks in, DOGE's teams poring over federal spending records are discovering all sorts of problems. Career Treasury officials are breaking the law every hour of every day by approving payments that are fraudulent or do not match the funding laws passed by Congress, Musk had said on Sunday. Money from the U.S. Agency for International Development and other agencies is going for organizations shipping illegal migrants to the United States or paying for their expenses upon arrival, which then oppose on humanitarian grounds any effort to stem the flow. Musk and hedge funder Bill Ackman wrote that the government-funded non-governmental organizations to get around laws that are supposed to keep taxpayer dollars out of politics and dangerous scientific research. U.S. aid officials even tried to physically stop DOGE technicians from accessing the computers that contain information on payments, leading Musk to comment that U.S. aid is a criminal organization, time for it to die.
We cannot allow Elon Musk and a small group of people to secretly behind closed doors. Yes!
Meanwhile, Trump suspended payments to NGOs and nonprofits until a formal reevaluation of the nature, purposes, and legality of the spending is complete at each grant-making agency. It's a safe bet that once they're evaluated, that far fewer grants will be made. You'll love to see it. That means an awful lot of NGO staffers and executives in Washington, D.C. and the vicinity are soon going to be out of a job. Too nice. It's too good. The people who are affected, though, are not going to take this lying down. Consider this. We've already seen not very spontaneous demonstrations at USAID headquarters and the U.S. Treasury building, death threats aimed at the DOGE team on Reddit and other sites, hit pieces in the New York Times. One complaint is that Musk team is unelected, which is silly. USAID, to say nothing of the nonprofits they support, those are unelected too. Right? More explicitly, though, Trump ran explicitly on stripping the government down with Musk's help. So Americans did, in fact, vote for this. But remember, these vipers, these snakes in the grass, they are waiting. These people will fight hard for their livelihoods, especially when they feel entitled to begin with, like these government bureaucrats. Remember that when coal miners lost their jobs due to the Obama-era environmental policies, these same DC types, remember how they suggested that those miners learn to code, right? I'm surprised that they haven't called for the military to come out and depose and arrest Elon Musk over the things that he's done. Now, I don't see much of the calls gaining traction against a president who won the Electoral College, who won the popular vote, and whose policies, very much including slashing the government and its spending, they have broad approval. There is broad public approval for what Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing. But it's absolutely true that a lot of powerful people, or at least a lot of people who are accustomed to being powerful, that they are going to see their livelihoods and their positions shattered. And they're not going to go easily. Right? It's like that the governor Petomane in Blazing Saddles. Gentlemen, we've got to protect our phony baloney jobs. You know what I'm saying? Just be ready. The empire will strike back. So Trump and Musk, they've got to have a plan. The first element of this is already emerged. They've offered federal employees a buyout proposal, 8 months of pay and benefits. That's going to soften the stings, but those generous terms can't be extended to the NGOs and nonprofit staffers. That's why we got to see Musk insulate Trump against pushback by exposing many of the atrocious examples of fraud, theft, and absurd spending that DOGE uncovers. We're going to need to have a public accounting of the positive changes that are being made so that we can squash those NGOs and those bureaucrats and keep them from coming back. It's like the heads of the Hydra. You've got to slice off the head of the Hydra, and then you've got to take your torch, Hercules, and you've got to burn the stump so that you can finally kill the beast.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
We'll be back.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk.
When we get back, we've got someone who says that you're just not thinking big enough if you're not in favor of
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk and Donald Trump taking over the Gaza Strip.
Elon Musk.
We'll see Will Chamberlain when we get back on the Wake Up America show on the 4 Liberty Network.
Elon Musk and Elon Musk, Elon Musk and Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk.
Are you tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself, Daniela Pensack. She's not just talking, she's taking culture back. With sharp takes, brilliant guests, and a few surprises along the way. Tune in to the live video podcast twice a week, because the future doesn't have to be weird. It can be Culturama.
If there wasn't going to be somebody who was a fiery champion of liberty, somebody who would get out there and who would be aggressive, and if they wouldn't do it with more fire or passion than I had, then I would go and I would fight this battle for us. I've fought for the principles that we all share. Parties tend to be secondary to me. We're here because we believe in the principles of liberty. I am not a perfect messenger, but I think I'm a damn good one. This is a replica of our first president's flintlock pistol. You have my full support, my respect, and my gun.
I think that the heart of my philosophy is much more libertarianism than well, that's the fashionable word these days, I guess. A conservative is no longer just that. He's a libertarian and always has been.
Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goals. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control and regulation.
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
The conservative, so-called, is the one that says less government, get off my back, get out of my pocket, and let me have more control of my own destiny.
Do you hate the deep state? Do you reject the Antichrist in all his ways? Do you believe that aliens controlled LBJ to assassinate John F. Kennedy? Did you know that the shot can put chemicals in you that will make you more sensitive to 5G? Do you love America? Do you want more freedom? Do you like smoking hot red-headed libertarians? Then the AP for Liberty shop is for you! Check out all the awesome new merch and have a happy new year! Fight the deep state, reject the Antichrist. Visit AP for Liberty shop and get your patriotic merchandise now, or the deep state wins.
Caitlin, go ahead. Caitlin.
Thank you so much, President Trump.
Caitlin,
to follow
go
up
ahead.
on what you were saying there.
Say it. Go ahead, please.
Just to follow up on what you were saying about the Gazans leaving Gaza, going to other countries. One, where exactly are you suggesting that they should go? And two, are you saying they should return after it's rebuilt? And if not, who do you envision living there?
I envision a world, people living there, the world's people. I think you'll make that into an international, unbelievable place. I think the potential in the Gaza Strip is unbelievable. And I think the entire world, representatives from all over the world will be there, and they'll live there. Palestinians also. Palestinians will live there. Many people will live there. But
you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Closing time. Good morning. Rise in freedom. I'm Austin Peterson. You're watching and listening to the Wake Up America show, and that's on the 4 Liberty Network. Thank you to everyone in the chat for all of your financial support this morning. You guys have been extremely generous, and I am very grateful. Thanks for keeping the lights on and the light of liberty alive here on the Wake Up America show. If you haven't already, please do click the like button and click the follow button as well to support the channel. By giving us a simple follow, you will get an alert on your mobile phone when we go live, which is every Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. Big news, Gaza could become the Riviera of the Middle East. It could have become that before October 7th if all of the money and the aid that was flowing into that region and had gone, instead of going to tunnels and bombs, if it had gone to, I don't know, building up the territory. Now Donald Trump says the United States will take it over. And well, some of the MAGA coalition are none too pleased. But my next guest, Will Chamberlain, says you're just not thinking big enough. Joining us live right now is that man. He is a senior counsel at the Article 3 Project. Will Chamberlain, friend of the show, joins us live. Good morning, Will. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Austin. Good to be with you.
So think big. Donald Trump's returning to his era of the builder. Your thoughts on the Gaza takeover proposal?
I mean, it's first off, like it's a wonderful new way of thinking about the problem that would have been familiar to colonialists of the turn of the 20th century, which is, this isn't, I saw a lot of people critiquing it. It's like, oh, we don't do nation building overseas. And I'm sitting there thinking, what do you mean nation building? Nation building is when we spend our money to build up other people's countries at the permission of their governments. Colonialism is when we have our own territory that we own, that we take over, and we decide what happens with. This is very different. Trump thinks like a real estate developer. It's like, okay, this massive seaside property is all rubble now. Nobody can reasonably live there. I mean, I think the default here that people aren't grasping is that the 1.6 million something people in Gaza are going to need to leave this area, and it's not very big. It's the size of Las Vegas. It's not even the size of an American state. It's the size of a larger American city. They're going to need to leave so that it can be rebuilt. So the question is, like, under what circumstances, who does the rebuilding, and for what purpose? And I mean, this is Trump saying we will do it, and but what we get out of it is that it's now our property, and we decide what happens with it. Which is, I think, if I'm guessing what's the ultimate solution going to be, in fact, I don't think it'll be that. Lizzie, and I don't think it's going to be that. I think that, the parties there will negotiate some other solution, but it sets a new anchor, which is like, if you guys don't come to a solution which satisfies the United States, then the solution is it's ours now.
Do you think Netanyahu had any idea that was coming?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I think Netanyahu would be fine with it in sort of it being out there in the negotiations, because it creates a better baseline for him to negotiate with, and the sort of default one imposed by the international community, which is, oh, despite the fact that they launched this barbaric war against you and you spend all this blood and treasure to try and get all the people they kidnapped back, you basically have to go back to the status quo ante in Gaza. You're not allowed to run it. And, you have to agree to some sort of international coalition to peacekeep there, which is just nonsense. So I think Netanyahu's like, at a minimum, this would work and serve, basically solve one of our basic national security concerns, which is we don't want any more rockets being shot at Gaza. We don't want any more invasions of our territory, kidnapping people. Is it like weird? Yeah, but I think he'd be, I don't think it's like necessarily his best solution, but I think he'd be okay with it.
I just got off the line with Judge Napolitano offering his take on this, and he seemed to think that this is possibly an art of the deal. and that the proposal was meant to pressure Arab nations to come up with their own solution. So this is the one way to get everybody to agree. We don't want the United States to do this, so we're going to finally come up with a solution. Your thoughts?
I mean, I think that's part of it. I think it's sort of, as I said, it's kind of resetting the anchor for what the end result is going to be. But I think Trump isn't making this in the sense of like, oh, I would never do this. Trump is like, I could do this, right? If I got Gaza for free for the United States, I'd take it. I mean, you think about there are real, there are costs, but there are actually substantial benefits if it's our territory. Now we pay Qatar for a military base nearby. What if we didn't have to do that, right? What if we could just be like, we had literally a piece of land, it really actually very centrally located when you think about it, right at the bridge between Africa and Asia and the Middle East, that just was ours, like an unsinkable aircraft carrier. So it's a good place for a military base if we just owned the territory and also never had to negotiate with a host nation about what, our relations between the military base and the local population. It was just ours. It's beautiful property. Like if you're trying to say like we would, develop it and, or sell it to developers and have them and charge them property taxes because it's American sovereignty. Like there's ways in which this makes sense financially, more sense than other sort of projects, which I think is the way Trump thinks about things.
I mean, listen, if anybody could pull it off, Donald Trump can, but unfortunately he is burdened by the U.S. government now and not free to pursue his business interests as he would have done as not a public service because, the U.S. government tried to spend $320 million to build a pier off the coast of Gaza, and that all fell apart. So, I mean, the prospects of this going very bad, Will, are fairly high.
I think people are overestimating the downsides on that front, and I think it's a lot of it is people are not kind of really familiar with what is the current state of the Gaza-Hamas war. So they were trying to do that pier last year when the war was still very ongoing, and they were just getting shelled. And I don't know what the point of that was. It was a terrible place to try and build a pier in particular without meaningful sovereign control of the area. But a year on, Hamas has been reduced to effectively it was a 30,000 strong army. It's now a kidnapping ring, maybe a couple thousand people strong. So it's more like a policing problem than anything else. In terms of like the actual physical territory of Gaza, like people are like, how are you going to get the people to move? It's like, well, they literally are living in humanitarian tents. They're not living in their homes anymore. The homes are all destroyed. That's the consequence of the war. And in circumstances like that, like, people move. That's what happened at the end of World War II. Like everybody moved out of like the areas that were really devastated. So I think like, and I think that it'd probably work. Lizzie, watch SpongeBob.
Don't worry. We're all parents here, including me. I've got my own baby in the other room too. I'm speaking to Will Chamberlain this morning from the Article 3 project about Trump's takeover of Gaza. But I'd also like to ask you, Will, about the blazing speed with which changes are being made in the government. In the last few days, Trump fired 1,000 EPA employees, pulled out of the UNWRA and the Human Rights Council, announced plans to own Gaza, sent DOGE into the FBI, got his Veterans Secretary and AG approved, shut down U.S. aid, and offered to buy out the entire CIA. Are you able to keep up with all of these changes? Are you astonished?
No, and nobody else is either. It's wonderful. He's just operating too fast with the media to get a grip on it. And he's making it impossible for the opposition to coalesce around a narrative. Yesterday they had their protest about firing Elon Musk, which is laughable because he's not going to do that. But then in the evening, it's out of the news cycle because now the news cycle is like, is Trump actually going to take over Gaza and build hotels? And it's going to keep going in this vein because I think, one of the things I've talked about a lot is I think the Trump-Elon alliance is the most powerful political alliance in modern history. And it's not because of their money, right? Elon is very wealthy, but it's because of their monopoly on attention. Like they're both such big, dominant figures in the news cycle. Like they have huge platforms of their own and the ability to shape narratives at will, totally independent of their wealth. And Elon is just like a technical mastermind, both of them extremely fast acting, just do stuff and so I think, as long as that alliance is effectively in charge of the government, I expect the pace to continue.
Donald Trump's old and most bitter and perhaps most powerful enemy, the FBI, I'm hearing now the news that DOGE has been spotted at the FBI. Do you think that they will provide much resistance? Because every other agency looks like they're getting steamrolled, but the FBI, they've got some real power, Will, and they're probably going to fight back. What do you expect might happen?
Maybe, but there's a lot of power for income. Kash Patel's going to get confirmed. He has a lot of power to, essentially reassign agents anywhere in the country, even to places they really don't want to live. So it's another one of these bureaucracies where there's a lot of power over the rank and file, and their civil service protections aren't substantial enough to really stop them from fighting, White House directives. So I think it's another good place to start. I think that's a big reason why you saw, Elon start with USAID. It wasn't just that they were disobeying the president's executive orders. It was that so many of their employees were contractors and thus doesn't have civil service protections. So your ability to just come in there and radically shake things up was substantial.
Will, now there are now going to be a lot of people who are out of work inside and outside the Beltway. There was this philosopher, Eric Hoffer, who wrote that nothing is so unsettling to a social order as the presence of a mass of scribes without suitable employment and an acknowledged status. What these people are not going to sit down on their laurels and take this forever. They're going to have a lot of free time on their hands, and most of them aren't going to be trying to go into the private service. They're going to mount a resistance and try and come back, aren't they?
I mean, yeah, I expect, the Democrat Party to be strengthened by its core base of government employees having a lot more free time in their hands. But that said, they weren't doing much at work anyway, so it's not like they weren't, they had plenty of free time in their hands when they were working. So I don't know how dramatic an effect it'll be. We'll see. It's like what is it? The parable of the old man and the horse or something. And, things go well, then they don't, then they go well, then they don't. Who knows? It's a good question about whether or not, the newly unemployed bureaucrats will pose any meaningful threat to the Trump presidency.
Will, are there any other key observations about what's going on in the last couple of weeks? We don't always get to talk to you that often, and your insight is sincerely appreciated. But is there any other insights that you'd like to share with our audience, things that we should be keeping an eye on, or something you'd like to point out before we let you go?
Yeah, I think we always assumed the power of the purse was in Congress, and maybe it really is in the executive branch. It's the ability to zap government programs with just a team of 10 that aren't legislatively explicitly authorized is maybe a more powerful ability to reduce spending than your attempt to get across the board spending cuts via in Congress and get 535 people to agree to it. And it makes me think that the most important thing that people like the Freedom Caucus and anybody who's interested in small government to do is to not let the Democrats get in the way of Elon. That's the single most important thing if you want to get spending down. And that'll come up on the debt ceiling fight. I'm already seeing Freedom Caucus people we're not going to raise the debt ceiling. If you force Republicans to negotiate with Democrats, their immediate first demand is going to be Elon doesn't get to do anything anymore. Elon doesn't get to shut down these programs. So it needs the Freedom Caucus needs to realize big picture, 1 or 2 debt ceiling votes are not going to be a big deal as long as Elon gets to keep and DOGE get to keep working. And so preserving them needs to be priority 1.
Stay out of his way. Let the man cook. Will Chamberlain is cooking this morning. Hey, Will, thanks so much for being so generous with your time. Your insights are very valuable, and we're grateful that you share them with us. Hope you have a wonderful day.
You too, Austin. Good to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Musk, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, 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 Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk and Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk,
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Or Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
We cannot allow Elon Musk and a small group of people in secretly behind closed doors.
Good morning. Decision Points and Nath 4N. Elon Musk, good to see you. I love seeing new names in the chat. Good morning, Decision Points. Good morning, Nathan. We're glad and thankful to have you here on the Wake Up America show. If today's your first time watching the show, I think we've seen Decision Points before. Grateful to have you here. I think that was a guest on our other show, Culturama. Well, we're glad to have you joining us here live on the Wake Up America show, and we hope that you'll become a regular guest here and joining us for our regular 5-day-a-week schedule. This show is 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. This is a great place for you to get to hear great interviews like the one you just heard from Will Chamberlain and from our prior interview, Judge Andrew Napolitano, who joins us live every Wednesday. It's a Wake Up America show that is full of fun, freedom, facts, tons of great information, excellent interviews, and I think that you'll really enjoy the show on a regular basis. So please do make us a part of your regular daily schedule, or at least as frequently as you can. Thank you to Andy Opperman, who wanted to bless me with something.
Can you bless me with something?
Oh, gosh.
Money-wise.
Please.
Can you suck it?
Squeeze me? What? That's just not appropriate. Good morning, everyone. They're sending illegal immigrants to Guantanamo Bay. So a friend of ours, we've been running merchandise operations for our friends in Texas for the radio station, and they asked us to make a special shirt for them, which I think is pretty funny. Sandals, Guantanamo Bay, where all of the best illegal immigrants are sent. We need to make a Sandals Gaza shirt today. What do you guys say? Would you buy a Sandals Gaza shirt? You're like, why is that shirt so expensive? Well, usually I try and keep the cost down as much as I can, but for this shirt, I decided to make something really beautiful and special. So I found this special mineral washed shirt. Look at Cecilia down there in the chat. Can you guys see Cecilia popping up? No, she's not popping up. Oh, okay. Well, this is like a mineral wash shirt, so it's special. That's why it costs so much. And remember, it includes shipping, but I totally get it. If you'd like to get something a little bit less pricey, we have some beautiful Gulf of America shirts from our extremely popular Gulf of America collection. I designed this beautiful shark, American flag shark with the Gulf of America symbol. You guys can get your Gulf of America products at forlibertyshop.com. That's the number 4libertyshop.com. Go to forlibertyshop.com and get you guys some Gulf of America merchandise. Yes. Decision Point says, your soundboard is unrivaled. Makes me miss my Arnold soundboard back in college. I'm a cop, you idiot. It's not a Tuma. Yes, it is beautiful. I thank you very much. I just worked very hard to craft a soundboard that would, really get people talking. And what's funny? When I first played this sound on the soundboard, people told me to stop. They were like,
"Good morning, pineapple. Looking very good, very nice. Good morning, pineapple.
Looking very good, very nice." So when I first played that sound clip, people were actually like, "No, boo, I don't like it. No, don't play that sound anymore." And now, my father-in-law, he came and stayed in town. All right, hey, shut it. He came and stayed for the last weekend, and he's like, "Good morning, pineapple. Looking very nice and very good." And I was just like, yes, good morning, pineapple. Now whenever I see Baby Hazel, I'm like, good morning, pineapple. See, my good friend Luke Mills is joining us this morning as well. Oh, thank you, sir. Yes, it's the best soundboard. I use it to play all my clips, my Michael Scotts, my screaming crowds, my Norm McDonald's.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
And all of this so that I can make a nice living, so that I can take care of my sweet little baby Hazel. Well, don't call the cops.
FBI, open up!
The show is over. Don't be mad. Be sad. Don't be sad. We'll be back here tomorrow morning again, right at the exact same time. Guys, when you exit, what do we do? What do we say to the god of merch? Exit through the gift shop. Yes, exit through the gift shop. Go to forlibertyshop.com. Get yourself some delicious Founding Flavors coffee. Help support the cause of freedom and drink some delicious coffee. All of them approved and taste tested and selected for you by me. We also have some delicious tea, the For Liberty collection, brand new. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had to slap it all together last night and this morning after my 7-hour trip to Springfield, Missouri last night. But the Battle of Athens documentary is moving forward. I did get a lot of names and numbers of cast and crew, so we're putting that together for that shoot so that we can bring you our very first full-length feature documentary. Thanks to the support of people like you, people like Andy Opperman in a big way, big way. Thanks to L-Dubs. Thanks to Luke Sacker, Amy J. Eves. She's also a big supporter of the documentary. Bruce Burt Whistle, My Little Pineapple. Bruce Burt Whistle, yes. Joni Rankin. Cecilia H. Whitey White 14. You guys are making it happen. Kermode Bear, you're making it happen. Brad Beckman, making it happen. Luke Sacker, L-Dubs, C. Songaroth, Nathan, all of our friends, you're all making it happen. Thanks so much for supporting the Wake Up America show and the For Liberty Network. Thanks for buying at the shop our delicious coffees and teas. Thank you for all your generous donations, guys. You all have blessed me with something.
Can you bless me with something?
Oh, God.
Money-wise, yes. Great show, says Decision Points. Make some moves today, people. Definitely going to do it. Hope we get to see you again, friend. Pete the Cat says his DOGE t-shirt has been a big hit here in North Idaho. Tell him where you got it at forlibertyshop.com. We'll see you guys right back again here tomorrow on the Wake Up America show on the For Liberty Network.